A Sizzling Affair. Chapter 6. This was the key to my plan. Camille's expression softened slightly, though the mischievous glint never fully left her eyes. She leaned closer, her voice turning more genuine. "Well, you could have just come over here and talked to me about it. If you need somebody to talk to, I'm right up the street." "I know, but it's just that Miguel is a friend of mine." "I'll say," Camille interjected, raising her glass again in another mocking toast, the wine sloshing dangerously close to the rim. "And I'm not leaving my husband to be with him or anybody else," I added quickly, trying to sound firm, though I wasn't sure I was convincing her or myself. Camille leaned back into the couch, her eyes drifting toward the window where her husband Murray was still pacing on the deck, a cigarette dangling from his lips. "Look, girl, I saw the man you're smashing. He is fine as wine. I don't blame you. Gary couldn't look that good on his best day." She cast a disdainful glance at Murray, who was muttering to himself, his eyes darting around like he was waiting for something, anything, to happen. "So trust me, I know." Her words brought a fresh wave of anxiety. All this talk about cheating could mess up everything I had planned with Mickey. The wine was starting to get to me, making me feel lightheaded and a little too honest, but deep down, I felt a gnawing sense of defeat. Sensing my unease, Camille reached out, placing a hand on my arm. "Ginny, you don't have to look like that. I'm not going to tell anybody." But her smile was still slick, her eyes sparkling with the thrill of having something over me. I forced a grin, shaking my head as if to brush off her words. "Me and Gary, we're going to be fine, Camille. We're all right." Camille studied me for a moment, sipping her wine thoughtfully. "Ginny, I know you want to be with that guy. By the way, you were looking at him. It wasn't just lust. No, what I saw in those eyeballs of yours was love. You want to be with this guy. Gary promised me he was going to talk to his boss about cutting back on the business trips," I said, trying to sound convincing. "Yeah, we've been apart, but we're fine. We're going to be okay. We just need to get back to spending quality time together, that's all." But as I said those words, something caught my eye. Camille's purse, sitting on the kitchen counter next to her keys. My pulse quickened. This was what I needed for my plan. I didn't have to wait until she was passed out drunk from all the wine I was feeding her. I just needed her to turn her back for a moment, and I could make my move. Keeping my eyes on Camille, I sipped my wine, biding my time. The moment was coming. All I had to do was play my part a little longer. I pretended not to notice Camille's purse sitting there, just a few feet away, tempting me. But I could feel her eyes on me, suspicious as ever, nodding as if she was already thinking up her next nosy question. She stood up, the movement a little unsteady from the wine, and announced, "Look, I'm going to hit the girls' room. I've been drinking water all day, and I need to tinkle this out." Perfect timing. I forced a casual smile. "Okay, I'll be right here, sippin'." As soon as I heard the powder room door click shut, I sprang into action. Moving with the speed and precision of a thief in the night, I darted over to Camille's purse. My heart raced as I rummaged through it, my hands moving like a coked-up security dog sniffing through bags at the airport. The purse was a mess, cluttered with the usual jumble of makeup, receipts, and random items. Then I saw it, her bottle of high blood pressure pills. My heart skipped a beat. This was the key to my plan, the piece I hadn't even realized I needed until now. My mind raced, formulating a new angle, a new way to ensure everything would go off without a hitch. I shoved the pills into my pocket and continued rifling through her things. Next, I found a hair comb and brush tangled with strands of her hair. Perfect. I carefully plucked a few strands free, wrapping them around my finger before tucking them into my pocket. The rest of the purse was filled with the usual: tampons, bobby pins, a half-used lipstick. But an idea struck me. I hurried over to the laundry room, the scent of fresh detergent hitting me as I entered. A pile of clean folded clothes sat on the counter. Without hesitation, I grabbed a pair of Camille's panties, soft and lacy, and stuffed them into my purse. As soon as I heard the toilet flush, I sprinted back to the couch, my heart pounding in my chest. I managed to sit down and compose myself just as Camille emerged from the bathroom, her face flushed with the after effects of too much wine and too much laughter. She made a beeline for the kitchen, smiling as she poured herself another glass of wine.
On the next episode of Juan Mendez Scott's Mystery Magazine. Chapter 7. Just Tell My Son to Call Me.